the tide of grief still ebbs and flows, tumbling onto the shore in silver-white surges of sorrow that roll out again. For 10 years, Karibeeran and his wife Tsunami have stood on this beach. Every morning they look out to sea and whisper the names of their children, knowing that the sea will never wash away the pain, because loss still holds them in the same way they hold on to the memories that frame their life.
மனமிருந்தால் பறவை கூட்டில் மான்கள் வாழலாம். மனமிருந்தால் பறவை கூட்டில் மான்கள் வாழலாம். வழி இருந்தால் கடுகுக்குள்ளே மலையை காணலாம். வழி இருந்தால் கடுகுக்குள்ளே மலையை காணலாம்.
On the 26th of December 2004, Karibeeran woke up to celebrate his 40th birthday, a day he was never to forget for the rest of his life.
When I was sleeping on the bed, my son Karibeeran, he came to me and he was falling on me and then kissing me. I said, "What are you doing, Karibeeran?" He said, "Daddy, wish you happy birthday, Daddy. Please get up." Oh, I forgot it. Oh, thanks, my dear son. I kissed him and hugged him.
Happy birthday to dear Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. My older kid, she brought the coffee with the tray and said, "Daddy, I prepared special coffee for you."
Happy birthday.
Karibeeran's last moments with his beloved children would be frozen in time forever. These fragments of life were about to slip away and never return.
So when I'm playing with my son as a cricket, he was just about to beat the ball. He was telling me, "Daddy, Daddy, look at the ocean." When I'm turning back, there was a 20 feet height of the wave, just still is rising up. I could see like a mountain. I said, "My son, Karibeeran, run fast." When I'm grabbing my son, the wave was closing us. When I'm grabbing my son and he was floating on the wave, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," was screaming. I could not able to say that, "Don't worry." By the time the other waves lifting up and dropped me down. Till today, I can't remember how I lost my son from my hand. From there, I was struggling with water. I couldn't able to breathe myself. I know that I'm dying myself. When I'm traveling along with water, I could see the palm tree. I hugged the palm tree. When I'm looking back, there was hundreds and hundreds of people are rolling and struggling, coming. When I could see that, oh God, why can't you save me like?
God help me! I could hear a roaring voice, water roaring. But when I saw the water coming, I just saw and I was so astonished and I was so shocked. My mother-in-law, she's standing nearby. So everybody started pulling her and getting her to upstairs. And ground floor is full of water. And after we going up and we started seeing down, all our household things, everything were just floating, Then later, just in might be 1 or 2 minutes, my husband, he came, started running from in front of the house. And he was saying, "What about Amma?"
Where's Amma?
Amma is here. Where are the children?
I didn't reply my wife. I was running towards the ocean. I was running like a mad through the bush.
Karibeeran ran desperately back to the shoreline to find his children. He was witnessing death, destruction, and tragedy on a scale that he could not comprehend. As he ran, Karibeeran prayed that his children had somehow survived this horror.
There was about 50 meters away from my home, there was a railway track. Behind the railway track, my older kid Rakshanya was sleeping like a stone statue. The body was a warmth. I was pushing her stomach, the water is coming through their mouth. But she couldn't speak, already she has been dead. I lifted her, my daughter on my hands, and lifting and coming towards my home. My wife came from the home. What happened? She asked me. I can't say that there is no life in my daughter.
12-year-old Rakshanya now lay dead in his arms, and Karibeeran would never forgive himself for not being able to save her. By the late afternoon, Karibeeran and Tsunami were to identify the torn, drowned body of their youngest daughter, 9-year-old Karunya. They covered her battered body and washed her and dressed her with what they could find. They had no words to comfort each other. Still, they searched for the questions worth asking. But the questions were as pointless as they were inevitable.
I was just asking God, like, why God, why this happened?
As the sun set, they finally found the lifeless body of their beloved son, Krubasan.
When I'm digging the grave for my own kids, my heart beats. Such a vast situation I've come across to digging the grave for my own kids. After digging the grave and lifting my son, I used to bite every day in the morning when he make to wake up in the bed. I used to bite him. He will be enjoying the bite. Now I'm biting my son, and he was always used to tell me in the morning in the bed, Daddy, you can bite more, but leave me alone to sleep some more time. Now, I'm biting my son, Kirbasan. I'm biting you. Can you tell me that, Daddy, you bite little more. I want sleep continue on the bed. When I remember that, I can't bear it. I kissed him all around his body. Oh, my beloved son, who will be there to next to tell me that, Daddy, don't bite me like this. And I placed him in the pit. And I was sleeping all three of the kids. God, why can't you kill me along with them? I want to die and sleep on them. After burying them, myself and my wife, just we are closing my hands and begging my children, my beloved children, please forgive us this sinful dad and mom, helpless dad and mom. Please forgive us.
It was very bad. It was a very tough time.
3 days my wife could not able to speak to me or speaking to anyone. On third night, I was walking towards my wife and sitting with her in the night. I was touching her, shaking her. Tsunami, can I bring some poison? Let both of us consume the poison. We'll commit a suicide. I don't want to see the next day light. We will close our life.
The tsunami had taken their 3 children, but this tragedy had also robbed them of hope, and it crushed the idea that life still had meaning. Exhausted, they collapsed in bed for the last time.
I started asking God, can you give me a peace of mind? Or can you relieve me from this pain? By the time I could able to visualize my children are standing before me, all 3 of them, they started speaking to me like in my spirit. I was feeling that, Daddy, don't cry. If you cry, we will be crying with you. I was just asking in my mind that, what are you telling my beloved children? Yes, Dad, we are all safe in the hands of God. Don't cry.
Miraculously that night, Chudamani had a similar dream, a dream that gave her purpose to live.
God told me this. Don't cry, and God told me that you have a purpose to live. That is why you are alive.
And this purpose would overcome the pain of loss. She found the strength to take a drive into the village to transfer her love to those who still needed her.
That particular day, we could see 60 of the children, boys and girls both, they were just standing in the road without their father, mother, and some children both have died. So they were just in a very pathetic situation. Then that particular time, particular minute, God gave me a word. God gave me an insight in saying that, yes, you don't have children and they don't have parents. Why don't you take them?